When I first came to Rowayton, or when my folks first came to Rowayton, they didn't think very much of the town. When they came to Bell Island, there were 3 or 4 families that lived there all year round. Everybody else were summer people, because Bell Island had been originally a farm years and years and years ago, and then it became a place for fishermen to have fishermen's shacks, and they would have occasional stays over. Then it became very nice for families from elsewhere who were not really comfortable or invited to other of the shore communities. Things were a little bit grungy on Bell Island. Everything was old, and it wasn't until after the war began in the early 1940s that Bell Island changed, because up to that time boats had been coming up from Brooklyn and from lower Manhattan to spend the day with their thousands of passengers at Roden Point, which was a tremendous recreation area with a roller coaster and all kinds of swimming and dancing and roller skating. But the boats came up with oily smoke from their boilers, which smoke drifted from the southwest right over Bell Island and made all the houses grungy. So it wasn't until the boats stopped and Roden Point closed that people were able to fix things up. And very quickly, the Bell Island turned into a very beautiful, painted place with the houses in good condition. And then slowly, a family at a time, people began to live over the winter. And it wasn't very many years until there were only 2 or 3 people who came for the summer, and all the houses were occupied by people who lived there all the time.
You could talk for ages about Bell Island, which was a series of small summer homes owned to a great extent, I understand, by people who lived in New York City. And they'd move out here in summer. And it was that kind of a little waterfront community of small homes and people who loved the water. Little by little, in recent years, those little houses grew in value, but they had this waterfront attraction, and they, one by one, were bought, knocked down, and new homes built there.
I'm Grace Sarter. I live on Bell Island. I've been there all my life, as a matter of fact. I was born in 1937, and that's the year my family started living on Bell Island year-round. They decided I was not suited for New York or Brooklyn or what have you. It's the 3rd generation, that house that I am living in. It was built in 1907. My family had been coming to Bell Island prior to that because Isabel Sarter, that was born on Bell Island in 1902. So they were coming prior to that. They were summering only, and they only summered until 1937 when they moved year-round.
The neighborhood Rowayton is a wonderful place. And Bell Island is a little special. It's like a resort. And every day is like a holiday. You get up in the morning and you say, where am I going to work? Why am I going to work? Because you had all the forces pulling at you. But it has been sheer delight. There's a saying that people who live by the water live longer lives. And I think it's true. I think there's something about nature, and it just grabs you. Bell Island, historically, existed over the years by private interests. And a man named Bell at one time owned the entire island. And his name was spelled B-E-L-L. When the association incorporated in 1909, they used the name B-E-L-L-E. And it's been a bone of contention over the years. People say, no, it was named after Mr. Bell. And I said, we incorporated under B-E-L-L-E. Mr. Bell did not leave us anything. You know, a namesake or anything, that he should have the island named after him. But this went on for about 20 years. They decided we would change the name, but not legally. They didn't go to Hartford. All of our maps at that time showed the name Belle, and I just thought you shouldn't touch things historical, really. Why, to begin with? It's pride, ego. That's what I think it probably was. So they changed the name, and it's been that way for the past 30 years.